Alright, as promised, a really short, quick gardening tip. Now what we have here are some little barrel planters that I've been utilizing for the last few years for growing everything from cucumbers to peppers and tomatoes. It's a very simple little design. Simply take a 55-gallon barrel. I generally cut the bottom 6 inches off and use that as a water trough for the birds, such as the turkeys that I'm sure you can hear in the background. It's a very simple design. Perforated pipe down the middle for irrigation purposes, and then slots are cut in the sides. Generally I just use a circular saw for that, and then they're heated up by using either a torch or a heat gun. And you fold out one portion here, fold in the other portion, and that helps to hold most of your dirt in. I have seen some designs where they simply take a hole saw and bore holes in the sides. The problem with that is you lose a good portion of your dirt every time you water. Now with this it's pretty simple. Just put the hose down the irrigation pipe and it disperses water to all the key points in the barrel. Now as we can see here, they're doing pretty well considering the wonderful Texas heat. We have this little shade cloth, which is easily enough done simply with some ropes, some PVC pipe, and some zip ties, and that keeps the entire operation shaded. Looks like we have a few peppers in here starting to turn from green to gold. Now the soil that I use in this system is generally going to be a combination of some topsoil, sphagnum or peat moss, and then I generally use at least 1/3 of the mixture. I generally use a combination of rabbit manure and horse manure. They're fairly mild. They're not going to burn up the plants the same way in which some of your different bird manures will, which tend to be very high in nitrogen. The rabbit and the horse manure tends to be a little higher in phosphate and some of the milder fertilizers, and they don't have nearly as much nitrogen. So it doesn't burn up the plants. You don't have to worry about over fertilizing with that. And you can still use some chemical fertilizers. I don't go all organic or all chemical. I use a nice balance of both, and that tends to do the job I'm looking for. Now over here on the other side, I've got some cucumbers growing in this particular planter here. That's actually one cucumber vine. It's a combination of two different species, the punicura and the little potato. They're from India and Pakistan. So they tend to do really well in our late summer heat here in Texas. I crossed the two, and the crossbreed actually outperforms both of the parent species. The cucumbers get larger. The vines tend to be more vibrant actually than either of the two parent species. So it's a crossbreed that's really worked out well, and it's a true breeding crossbreed. I reuse the seeds each time. I collect maybe one cucumber worth of seeds each season, and they've been basically regenerating themselves for the last 3 seasons. So they're working out really well. And that's it. That's just a little quick shot of the little container garden here for the evening. And then we'll be planting a fall garden here real soon, and I'll get some shots from that just as soon as I can. Until then, y'all have a great day.